and welcome to Joy News at 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 and Hits 103.9 FM in Accra. In Kumasi on Love 99.5 FM and over 30 affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions, including Bederin FM Bumpurugu, Klenam Radio Bato, Gaskia FM Techiman, and Radio Wawa. Get radio, TV, and online content on the myjoyonline.com interactive app for Android and iOS devices. Coming up, Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice vows to leave no stone unturned in its quest to probe alleged high-level political complicity that stifled fight against illegal mining.
We've reached out to a number of state institutions, expecting them to forward to us evidence of what we also expect from the complainant as well.
We have the latest as it demands evidence from various state agencies. Also, an Accra High Court has set aside the findings of the commission against former PPA boss AJ. We'll tell you more on that. And 7-member committee set up by the Speaker to investigate leaked tape exposing an alleged plot to oust Inspector General of Police Dr. George Ekufu-Dampare.
Investigate other matters contained in the audio recording and recommend sanctions to persons found culpable where appropriate and make recommendations for reforms where necessary.
We have details of that in business.
Oil marketing companies warn of significant hikes in fuel prices by last quarter of this year as government works to implement IMF program conditionalities for the sector. We've got details on the Joy Business Report.
And much later in the bulletin, what will get 20-year-old rapper Yao Talk to go back to school?
Where I'm from, I'm the breadwinner, so I need I need to go like hard for the family to secure everything first before I go to school.
Details of these stories coming up shortly. I am Amisi Nyamiche Thompson. The Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice says it will go ahead to carry out its extensive probe into the controversial Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng Galamsey report. This is despite the failure of Saudai MP Roxanne Nelson Dafiamakbo to provide evidence despite calling for the inquiry. Commissioner Joseph Woodall says his office is currently building a case against the various officials named in the report as part of the process.
We're doing a lot. We've reached out to a number of state institutions, expecting them to forward to us evidence of what we also expect from the complainant as well. There's nothing wrong with having the opportunity to look at all possible evidence and all nuances of the evidence in order to make the findings that we think we would have to make. In the absence of any evidence beyond what they have given to us, we need further information or evidence to be able to say the named persons in Frimpong Boateng's report, there is enough basis for us to require a response from them. That is why we are still at this angle.
Mr. Watel says the Commission will use its powers to fish for evidence.
So our letter to him is in the spirit of, you have done well so far. Do you have more information that we can use? In the absence of any further information from them, we will proceed to look for the evidence based on the powers given to the Commission to the extent possible and come to some conclusions one way or the other.
We stay a while longer on CHRAJ because an Accra High Court has set aside the findings of the Commission against former PPA boss ABAJ. Mr. AJ was captured in a documentary allegedly engaged in the sale of government contracts. CHRAJ probed the matter and found him to have breached conflict of interest rules and barred him from holding public office for 10 years. The High Court was asked to intervene and it has ruled that CHRAJ did not offer Mr. AJ an opportunity to question witnesses called by CHRAJ. Legal Affairs correspondent Joseph Akable joins me with more. So, Joseph, what are the details regarding this decision?
So the court says that proceedings of CHRAJ ought to be conducted in a judicial manner. Every party appearing before it must be given a fair hearing. It points out that CHRAJ must investigate such cases on the basis of the complaints received, and that in requesting for comments from the PPA boss, it went beyond the allegations that were made by the Ghana Integrity Initiative. CHRAJ is said to have added another allegation on whether he had acquired assets which cannot be supported by his income, gift, loan or inheritance. The court says the amount pointed to a surprise and denied him a fair hearing. It therefore set aside the decision. It's important to state that there were two decisions given by CHRAJ against ABAJ. The first one is this one, and the other is the one that was filed by the presidency, which barred him from holding public office for 5 years. And so that decision has not been set aside. It's the one that was filed by the GII that has been set aside by the courts.
All right. Thank you, Joseph. Now, Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagbin has directed that a 7-member committee to investigate the leaked tape which allegedly captured a senior police officer and an NPP functionary plotting to remove IGP Dr. George Ekufu-Dampare and a conspiracy to rig the 2024 election in favor of the NPP. Alban Bagbin directed that the committee must be made up of 3 members from each side of the House and then a technical person to be nominated.
Submit your talents and skills to the committee for this work to be done. So I propose that we establish a committee of 7 members. We'll nominate 3 from each side of the House, and we'll get a technical person to add to make it 7. That's why I'm calling it a special committee, so that you investigate this matter and then submit your report.
Now, the maker of that urgent statement, Emmanuel Amakofibua, read the committee's terms of reference.
I think that a lot of groups have called for investigation, and we support that call. The reason is because a company that has come to Ghana that buy this asset and has convinced of.
Apologies for that wrong inset. Now we move on. A recent finding conducted by the World Bank has revealed that 50% of 10-year-old students in developing countries struggled with literacy. A post-COVID assessment revealed that this figure had declined to a concern in 70%. Managing Director of Operations for the World Bank, Anna Bijedi, shared the outcome of this investigation on a visit to the New Gbawe Municipal Basic 1 School to assess the progress of the Ghana Accountability for Learning Outcome Project Gallup. There's more in this report.
The Ghana Accountability for Learning Outcome Project Gallup is an initiative founded by the World Bank. The project supports 10,500 schools nationally. The World Bank Managing Director of Operations, Anna Bijedi, as part of her visit to Ghana, went to the Gbawe Municipal Assembly Basic 1 School, one of the beneficiaries of the Gallup project. She expressed concern about the inability of pupils and students in developing countries to comprehend what they read.
For developing countries, low-income and low-middle-income countries around the world, 57% of those 10-year-olds actually had difficulty. That was a high number, we felt, and gave us a reason before COVID to really focus and continue to focus on education and learning, actually trying to quantify and understand whether children were learning.
And that was a report read to you. Now, Chief Executive Officer of the National Health Insurance Authority, Dr. Bernard Okoboy, has disclosed that his outfit has reimbursed over 1 billion Ghana cedis to health facilities in the country. In addition, claims of service providers for February 2023 are also being processed. With these payments, Dr. Bernard Okoboy stated that they are now within the 90-day window, which is the acceptable international standards for payment of health insurance claims. He made the disclosure on the first day of his 5-day visit to the Upper West region. Joy News Upper West regional correspondent Rafiq Salam has more.
Dr. Bernard Okoboy began his 5-day tour of the Upper West region at the Upper West Regional Coordinating Council. Dr. Okoboy is now the Chief Executive Officer of the National Insurance Authority and is back in the region, and this time to visit and interact with stakeholders and officials of the NHIA with challenges they are facing with a view to finding solutions to them. One major challenge has to do with the delay to reimburse health facilities across the country, resulting in maze of arrears.
Before we took over administration some 7 years ago, we had serious liabilities when it comes to arrears. This also affected what happened in the hospitals. People go to the hospital, they will tell you, instead of 4 medicines that you have to take, we have 1. People go to the hospitals, they will tell you, we've not been paid. Today, as we speak, the good news is that from January to now, We've paid over 1 billion Ghana cedis to clear almost all the arrears that we have.
And now to some entertainment, 20-year-old rapper Yao Talk says he's focused on making money now and will return to school once his family is financially sound. He recently completed senior high school and has no immediate plans of pursuing further education at this stage.
So what's happening with school now?
Yeah, school is there. School is waiting at the moment, you know. Yeah, right now it's like work to get the money first to go back to school then.
Have you completed?
Yeah, I completed
Obogwai
with good grades. It was like I had good grades. I passed.
Tell me about it.
Anytime that I pick my grades, school be because I should come. So that's why I'm not panicking or rushing myself. Yeah.
Now what do you intend doing afterwards?
For now, I haven't even think about it though. But when I'm ready, I'll start to think about it. Where I'm from, I'm the breadwinner, so I need I need to go like hard for the family to secure everything first before I go to school.
And that was rapper Yao Talk, bringing us to the end of this bulletin. In our top story, Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice vows to leave no stone unturned in its quest to probe alleged high-level political complicity that stifled fight against illegal mining. I am Amiesi Nyamiche Thompson. Up